before. And you know what I just realized recently is I've been saying this is my 21st year. And as I was organizing some things, I found some Post-its, and one of the Post-its was like a list of like the years I had been teaching or whatever. And I'm actually on my 22nd year. Interesting. Had no idea. Anyway, I am year 22. So welcome back. It's been a little bit. I had a week of testing and just a week of doing more procedures and stuff, and just getting into the routine of things, and I didn't think to film a lot, so you didn't get a video, but I figured that is fine. And I'm just going to take you through some things that we have been doing and talk you through some of that. The first thing I'm going to talk about is we have Grandparents' Day coming up, and it's like this big affair here, which is fabulous. It gets a lot of families in the doors, and they love to bring their grandparents to show them different things. But each classroom needs to have something to do in their rooms. And what I've noticed is like they're traveling with all of their grandkids. And I used to take a lot of time and like putting things together, and it's chaos. It's just chaos. So what I had decided to do, and a lot of them seemed to like it, but some of them didn't, and that's okay too. But something that is low prep, but a lot of them enjoyed and thought it was fun, was a drawing contest. And so let me show you what I did. All right, what I did was I just went to a website that is titled howtodrawforkids.com. Howtodrawforkids.com. And I just chose a whole bunch of like random things that they could draw, and they can decide who did the best. So just like a little drawing contest. And that way, if their siblings are with them, or multiple family members, it's fun for all of them to do. And so like there's some like superhero characters. There's Spider-Man. I don't know, a lot of them I don't know. Hello Kitty, Pooh Bear. Like it's just all kinds of different things. Captain America, Captain Underpants. They always like to try to do that one. The Hulk. So, and they're just like fun little like cartoon type drawings. Batman. So just all kinds of different ones. Enough that, whoever's in here, they can grab one and try. And then I laminated them so I can use them every year. And I just put it out with white copy paper, pencils, and colored pencils if they want to color them. And that's it. So it's so easy to do, easy setup. And if you laminate them, you can use them every Grandparents' Day. So that is what I do for Grandparents' Day. Last week we started talking about summarizing fiction and using the acronym Somebody Wanted But So Then, or SW, B, T, S, whatever. It's easier to say the words. Started using that to get good practice. So when we read, I like to do, writing with that, and they can quickly summarize the book, that kind of thing. So some of the picture books that I use to teach that, among other short stories, was The Three Billy Goat Gruff. They enjoyed this one. They always like the picture of the troll. So this one is by Paul Galdone. Another book that I used was Enemy Pie. And, not only is it good SEL book, but it's a great book to easily summarize. And another one that I did that they loved the story as well as the pictures is Carnivores. If you've never read this book, it's the cutest book. It's hilarious. So it's just about these animals who are carnivores, but a lot of people are upset with them because they eat everybody. And so they decided that they weren't going to do that, but to realize that they need to be themselves. So you can also use it as SEL as well, and that they are okay with who they are, and that's just how it's going to be. And so anyway, this is a great book, and it's kind of funny. Another book that I used, I actually didn't use this one for summarizing, but it'd be easy to use for summarizing. I use this as my SEL lesson because I try and get at least one of those a weekend. But this is Pizza for Birds. And this is about a dinosaur who feeds the birds. And then this guy comes along who makes pizza, and the birds really like the pizza that he makes, and he's jealous of that. And so he does some very mean things, acting like he's the bird. So like he goes online, he goes on the internet, and he posts things as if he's the birds, and it's very mean and hateful things, and it hurts the other dinosaurs' feelings. And by the end, they decide to work together. So again, very good SEL book, but could easily be used for summarizing as well. So that's what we have been working on in reading, and we will continue working on that as well as responses. So we have touched on it using review from 4th grade, getting them started. But this week I will focus more on that. So not a lot of fun stuff. In math this week, so the kids always love for me to just write problems on the board and then practice. And this is a low math group, and that's okay, but I just have to keep telling myself I need to go slower and make sure they get it, because if they don't have the foundations, they can't do the rest of 5th grade math. So we're working really hard on the, multiplying by 1 digit. Really, I've already, in the past, I've already been in, by a 2 digit. So it's a little stressful because I'm having to go so slow, but that's okay. So there hasn't really been a lot of fun things to show in that one either. I'm going to try this week to get more videos of me teaching and just practicing it. And maybe you guys can give me some pointers. Maybe there's something else I can say or do that will help it click a little bit better. So another reason to record yourself and put it out there for everybody to judge, because maybe one of those comments would be helpful. So anyway, that is my goal this week, is to get myself teaching at least one day. Maybe not every day, but at least, one day, one subject. I don't know. We'll see. Social studies, we're doing geography. My kids are totally into learning the states. They were so excited on Friday when I was like, we're taking the Midwest states, because I'm in the Midwest, I'm in Indiana. And so we always start with the Midwest states because they know a lot about it, obviously. And so, yeah, I was like, we're taking the test, and they were so pumped up about it. So I've never had kids that pumped up to take a states test. So we'll see if that continues. So we're moving into the Northeast states, which is a little bit harder with all the smaller states up there in the Northeast. So that's what we are doing there. In science, we have a new curriculum, and it's a little bit difficult. Like, maybe if they've had a lot of science, it wouldn't be so much, but like it starts with matter and like molecular theory, and I just think it's so difficult. So we're not really getting a whole bunch out of it. I wish I could. We just got the curriculum, and I've got to give it a chance. I'm not huge into using curriculum. I like curriculum so I know, like, it gives me a guide. It gives me, like vocabulary to make sure they know, that kind of thing. But I only have like 20 minutes to teach science. And last year I used this book. Let me go get it real quick. So last year I just used like this daily science book, and like it was really good. And having such a short amount of time, but still getting science in. And then like they would wonder about some of this stuff. And so then we would do it in reading as well. And it was just so cool. But like the questions that they have are fun, but it's still science related. So like, why are bones hard and muscles are soft? Or why does the skin wrinkle in the bathtub? Or, why do earthworms like dirt? And then we did this quick like lab using earthworms. I made my husband drive all over finding these earthworms. But they loved it, and it was so much fun, and it was something, they're just quick little lessons. So like you can see it's just 1 page a day, and you talk about it, and it's got good vocabulary, like talking about tide and tidal range and what causes ocean tides, and you talk about navigating and spring tides and neap tides, and it also has a planet section, so talking about spherical and centrifugal force, like some really cool things. And it was quick and easy. So if I only had 10 minutes that day because things went over, I could still get science in. And that's what I loved about this. And it's a whole year's worth. Did it hit every standard? No. But did it teach them science and give them some background knowledge about science and allow us to explore science topics in reading and in other ways? Yes, and I love that. The science book for me is just a little bit boring and very difficult. And so I don't know how much they're getting out of that. They got so much more out of this. So if you don't have to follow a science curriculum, you might want to look into Evan Moore Daily Science. But yeah, it's 6 different units. There's 5 weeks of 4 weeks of plans per unit. And then I used the review section as their test, which was mostly vocabulary. So anyway, loved this. I think this week, as we are summarizing and answering questions, using text evidence and stuff like that, I'm going to use a couple of books about shoes. So Those Shoes and Salt in His Shoes, which is the Michael Jordan book. Those Shoes is about a little boy who just really wants these pair of shoes that everybody else has, but their family doesn't have a lot of money. And so Grandma takes him to different thrift shops and he finds the shoes, but they're not his size. And he squeezes his foot into them anyway because he wants them so badly. But soon he realizes that that's not going to work. And then his best friend needs shoes and they're his size. And so he gives the shoes. So a great lesson, a great book for us coming into theme soon, so we can quickly talk about that and start them thinking about that. But because we're going to talk about shoes as we summarize and answer questions, and we have Grandparents' Day coming up, I thought if I can get this done by Thursday, it'd be something cool to also put outside in the hall. I'll show you what my hallway looks like here. Also thought doing this and just taping it to the bottom of their papers or putting it above their name or just something, adding it to that. So I just got this on Twinkle. I do pay for a subscription there because they have some, I like that their worksheets do not have a lot of jazz to them and they're very basic. And if I just need something quick, it's great. But they just do their favorite color and their favorite book and what grade they're in and their favorite subject and how old they are and just a little bit about them. But I just thought it was a cute little thing to add in for to have displayed for Grandparents' Day. That is about it. I redid my coupons that I use for ClassDojo because we started that, and I have the pack from Mrs. Calk's Campers, but it just doesn't have everything that I do, and I caught myself just writing over mine, so I thought I can make these myself. So I just used Pocket Full of Primaries label pack that I had purchased, and did the same size as what Mrs. Calk's Campers does, and just redid mine quickly. They're nothing fancy, but that way it goes with what my kids are allowed to purchase in ClassDojo, and now I have that saved if I add something else or anything like that, or need to change point values or something, that can easily be done and just laminated and put back into my container. So let me show you how I organize this. What I do is I have a slide on the board that says that it's ClassDojo time. They are allowed to log into their ClassDojo, see how many points they have. I also have the list in the class story, so they can always go back and look at the list there, and they get a post-it note. and they write their name, they write what they want to purchase and how many points it is. It's just easier for me. So Miss Brindley here, she wants a water packet and to use the teacher pens for a day. So as long as they can buy multiple, as long as they have enough points, they put that on my desk, and then throughout the day I take the points and then I give them, see what I mean? I had to write over it because I didn't see like a stuffed animal one in hers, or I don't know. Maybe it was just quicker to do this, but so I just keep them in this organizer that I got at like Harbor Freight, maybe. I don't know. You can get these just about anywhere. Oh. And goodness, maybe. And they fit in here perfectly. And so I just keep them organized like this. But I did make myself some new ones that go with mine, and so I just laminated them, so now I need to cut them out. So water packet, teacher pens, hat day, the lunch bunch, show and tell, Resource Hero. So yeah, so I'll cut those out and put those in there so that they are ready for me to hand out on Monday. All right, so this is my ClassDojo point list, or the rewards that they can purchase with their points that they earn throughout the week for ClassDojo. I actually do it every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we have a delayed start, and so that day is already kind of a train wreck, so we do it on those days. So I know this has been short and sweet, but let me know what some of your favorite things that you did at the beginning of the year, and as you ease into teaching, what are some things that your kids are really liking? Every year our classes are different, and so even though I do a lot of the same things, I also do a lot of different things because they're all different, and that's okay. It makes teaching more fun when you're not doing the same thing every year and learning from other people. So let me know down in the comments below, what are some of the things that are going really well in your classroom, or not so well, so I know to maybe not try those. But anyway, I am so glad that you stopped by and you chose to watch my video. If you would make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel so that you are notified for the next video, that would be awesome. And I hope you guys all have a great day.